there doesn't seem to be opportunity for people, for healthcare professionals to kind of de-stress on obviously we can take holidays, we can try to spend time with our family, but today we need processes that can help us deal with what we're facing in the moment. And I'm referring now to mindfulness as not just in the general literal definition of what it is, just being more aware, but mindfulness is an opportunity for people to not only be aware of their values, to remind themselves of their values, but also to help them be better at what they do. And I would argue that when I said earlier my analogy of the gas in the tank, mindfulness can help you put gas in the tank. I think each one of us, as we get more into trying to understand our world, we begin to see that, time is passing very quickly, and before you know it, today is yesterday, and we're spending a lot of our conscious time worrying about tomorrow, worrying about yesterday, ruminating about things, and being outside the moment. And mindfulness is becoming very, very popular. We're seeing a lot of it. But what I mean by mindfulness is the ability to be fully present to each moment and not worrying about tomorrow, not thinking about yesterday. And really, how do you begin to focus in the middle of all the chaos that's around us? And the way I like to think about it is, how do you focus in the middle of Disneyland? All this stuff is going on around you, and it can be very energy depleting. So by mindfulness, it's really about returning back into oneself in order to discover who you are, your values, and you're not leaking energy all day long. You're actually retaining it, containing it, and so on. But when I think about mindfulness, I think mindfulness provides an important quality that is starting to become very absent in our world today, which is space. And mindfulness is an opportunity to create space for ourselves, to enable people to understand, remind themselves of their own values. And this space can serve as a refuge for you when things are really getting difficult and challenging in a given moment, in a given day. The quality of the ability, the skill, the discipline to focus inward can give you new life, and it can put everything into perspective. What's the most important thing? I also find, and again, there's lots of analogy, but I think mindfulness can be a metaphor is like a ship with or without a rudder. And when you've got mindfulness as one of your key focuses, you begin to direct yourself as opposed to letting the day go by with you being driven by all the demands, including Facebook, email, your colleagues, your patients, and so on. So again, the ability of mindfulness is to regain control of the self, to help prevent burnout, and to give you new insights. A couple of other things that are important, I think, in healthcare as well as other sectors is if we are not mindful, in other words, we're kind of running on autopilot. By that I mean where the immediate takes precedent over the important, we begin to lose the ability to see hazards on the horizon. And being mindful of the present moment doesn't mean you're not also thinking about what's possible, the things that you need to care about as your day goes on. But it keeps you fully aware of what you're all about. And again, the stakes are very high in healthcare, and they're high in all our sectors. But because we're dealing with human life and human health, I think it's really vital that healthcare professionals explore the opportunity for mindfulness and see whether they can benefit from that kind of a perspective.